Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. HarlequinCoHO here, and it has come to my attention from multiple sources that the good people over at Relic released a little bit of a Ninja Christmas kind of patch that changed some of the store items around and introduced some new hero items. So I thought it would be fun just to take a few minutes here and walk through some of those new hero items in case you hadn't noticed it. But there's even tons of army items and things like that that I won't cover. So please, when you log in next, take a look around at the store. There's all sorts of cool stuff there. So first up, let's see these guys here. Builder Rifleman Hero. Basically, these are riflemen that work exactly like engineers. At level 5, they can build machine gun nests, and they have faster rate of fire, mines, barbed wire, sandbags, all that sort of thing. So that gives an interesting alternative to engineers later on. I don't believe that they can repair vehicles, though. That's the only difference that I can detect. Next up, oh my god, pyrotechnic engineers have been introduced. These dudes start with the flamethrower. They have more hit points. They have the ability to throw incendiary grenades and set incendiary traps. I have no idea what that means. I suspect it's kind of like a burning patch on the ground, sort of like a Nebelwerfer or something to that effect, but who knows? We'll have to see where that is. And at level 5, they get a second flamethrower. That's humongous. That's going to really change early game tactics for anyone who has access to that engineer there. Because so often people save their first 50 munitions to upgrade flamethrowers on their early engineers. So definitely having engineers that start with not one but 2 flamethrowers, oh my god, that's ridiculous. Next up, right next to them here, we have Assault Rangers were introduced. This is really cool because I never really liked the skilled ranger heroes. So these guys are pretty neat, and you can buy them. They come out of the motor pool. They have the ability to fire up and break suppression. They get grenades, and then they get health and things like that and less suppression, but all of them start getting equipped with Thompson submachine guns. So they have 4 Thompson submachine guns right away. So that's kind of like, you know, close combat Volks kind of dudes. Those guys are going to be really awesome. Looking forward to that. Next up on the list here, oh man, check it out. Where is it? Camouflage HMG team. They actually implemented that. That was in the patch notes, and it was kind of weird because nobody saw it, but it was in the patch notes, so that confused me a little bit, but here we go. They went ahead and introduced it anyways. This is a brutal hero, and it is available for just regular purchase. These guys, they can basically they can move around like snipers while camouflaged. They have more hit points, they do more damage, and they camouflage while retreating, and they move at full speed while camouflaged. These guys just walk around invisible setup. I mean, like, the ability for that to have flanking maneuvers with machine guns and all that nobody can detect. Wow, that's really going to change a lot of things. Like I said, a lot of army items were changed around too. So just go, they like added third tiers for a lot of army items. They also added a ton of tank destroyer items and things to that effect. Let me see if I can just take a peek here. So yeah, take a look around at some of these. They added a bunch more, and personally, I went ahead and equipped some of these right away. Rifleman binoculars level 3. They added that. That used to be level 2. We have Greyhound damage level 3 was upgraded, and they even have, you know, engineer hit point level 3, that sort of thing. But a lot of cool new allied things here. But let's take a look at some of the Axis heroes. So, first up on the list for the Axis, we have these Brute Stormtroopers here. They have the ability to throw bundled grenades at level 1, more hit points, reduced incoming fire. Let's see, one member gets a Panzerschreck, more hit points, and then the ability to barrage an enemy with grenades. Now, we've seen that type of mechanic before in several other units, throwing multiple grenades, things like that. I'm not sure what the difference between the level 1 ability, throwing a bundled grenade, versus the level 5 ability of barraging with grenades is, but certainly that's a pretty cool unit there that is available for purchase. Let's take a look here. Right below it, we have the Flame Half-Track has been added. This is kind of funny. I really want to see this one in play. So, level 1, it has 2 large flamethrowers. As you would expect, it naturally comes with flamethrowers. Has extra hit points, extra range, that sort of thing. But upon death, the unit explodes, leaving a flaming crater, and at level 5, it disperses a massive sheet of flame when it dies. So there's sort of a suicide kamikaze element to this as well. If you drive it into the middle of a group of troops and it gets blown up, it detonates all over the place. So that's kind of wild. I'd like to see that in action. Here, this is definitely going to be a favorite here. This is drop only. Commander Panzer Mark IV. Basically, this panzer is kind of meant to support all your troops. It appears to have an ability called Inspired Command that it can activate. I have no idea what the cost of that ability is, but pretty much all of its leveling has to do with increasing that ability's effect. So you can see at level 1 it increases the offense, defense, and mobility of all nearby units. At level 2, this unit has its health increased by 25%. At level 3 it gets 10% more health, and it also gains armored skirts. Sorry, no, that happens at level 4. At level 3, its Inspired Command ability now grants health regeneration. At level 4, this whole thing gets upgraded. So it gets armored skirts, and it gets a gunner manning its MG42. So it's like an upgraded Panzer at level 4. And at level 5, its ability duration is increased, its recharge time is reduced, and it also boosts damage. So again, I have no idea what the cost on that is, but that's certainly a noteworthy hero item to add to your armies, just given the effect that it has on so many units. So that's pretty cool. Let's take a look around here. There are 2 more awesome items out here. So the Mammoth Stug Mark IV. This is pretty curious. Again, this is one I'll have to see because it seems kind of strange. But first off, it has 100% increased hit points, so double hit points for this thing. Received penetration increased by 100%. That sounds to me like it takes double damage from armor penetrating shots, so that's kind of strange. But and its speed and acceleration are reduced by 50%. So I think the theme here is that it's a big, slow tank. As it gets higher level, it's got more armor penetration, and its speed and acceleration go up by 50%. Hit points go up, and then at level 5, speed goes up by 50%, and so does acceleration. So it seems to me like this thing speeds up as it gets higher levels, but in general, it's just a big, thick tank. So, and then last but not least, we have this curious little motorcycle here. The Fritz motorcycle is added. That is a drop-only item as well. I believe the theme with this motorbike is that it's supposed to be anti-infantry that is bad at detecting units. Its tooltip says, a hunter on wheels. This heroic unit has advanced combat training but lacks the keen observation of other recon squads, but it does level very fast. So you can see at level 1 it has reduced sight and detection. Level 2, its accuracy is increased by 50%, damage increased by 5. 50% accuracy, by the way, that's really awesome. Reload time reduced, weapon cooldown reduced, increased sight at level 4, camouflage detection increased, weapon range increased. So 15% range on that thing, that's great. Extra damage if you and that sort of stuff is really cool. And then at level 5, greatly improved sight and detection for a short period of time. So I guess it has some sort of activated ability. No idea on the munitions cost there. That boosts its sight range and all of that. So just a quick preview. There's a bunch of army items as well that have changed. So next time you're on, definitely check all that out. And either way, I'd like to wish everybody happy holidays from HarlequinCoHO. I've got my little cat Gustav on my lap, and he reiterates those wishes as well. So you guys take care, and I'll see y'all next time.